Thank you for that, Noble Caleb. I mean, yeah, it's a sad thing. It's a sad thing. It's not just in this day and time. It's like throughout church history, on greater majority part of church history, it's been like that, whereby you have the majority of God's people. Let's say after the first century church and then the medieval age, all of that. But you find that in recent times, especially, the majority of God's servants, of God's people, have become denominationalized.
Wow.
And
Denominationalization.
it's a very, very, very dangerous thing. Why? Because Jesus came to set up a kingdom. And a kingdom that's going to affect the world, the entire world. So it's beyond a denomination. Of course there are denominations and they have their place.
Wow.
But now it's not about a denomination, it's about God's church, which is known as the body of Christ. The body of Christ is the body of all of God's people that are present on earth. But see, in the context of Cameroon, the body of Christ, Cameroon. What is God's purpose for the church of Cameroon, for example? So we're talking of the generational program of God for the church of Cameroon now. And that will not, that of course that consists of individual churches or denominations, but not as individuals, but as a body.
Wow.
So we come to think of, okay, we are a church, or so this person, they are a church, this is another church, it's another church. But now, as a body, what do we have to accomplish in God's program for this nation and for this generation? Brother, I tell you this, every generation, one generation will praise thy name unto another. So every generation has an exact purpose in God's plan. And we talk of generational matters, it's going past denominational matters. It's about the kingdom now. So what is this denomination, that denomination, this church, that church? What are we to be doing as a corporate body to advance God's work in Cameroon? And from Cameroon to the nations of the world, and from this generation to the next generation and generations to come.
Wow.
So I believe legacies, if you give me 1 minute again on that.
No, Daddy.
When you talk of legacy, you're talking of what the spiritual heritage. The spiritual heritage that a generation has upheld, or they have been worked it out with God and fulfill God's program for their lives or for their generation, and preserve a spiritual heritage that the next generation will come and continue from whence the previous generation ended. So legacy in simple is just spiritual heritage. So what spiritual heritage is this generation working on for the next generation, or what spiritual heritage even did we inherit?
Wow.